Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all tickety-boo. Just doing some final checks, making sure everything's live that should be live everywhere that we should be. We'll be with you very shortly. Don't go nowhere. Ta-da! Hello, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you all. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all tickety-boo. Let's set some game sound up. There we go. How are you all? Have you been fabulous this weekend? I hope you have. I hope you've had a good week, whatever you've been doing. And thank you very much for joining us, as always, with our bi-weekly streams. So here we are again. Don't they come around again quick? Don't they come around? Good to see you all. I can see all the chats on the Twitch, on the YouTube. I think we've got Steam up and running. I won't even tell you about that. There he is. Indeed. We've got Lee on the Rockfish Games account. So if you do have any questions, as always, do send them in. He's going to be collating the questions for us. And Garry late again. Never late. A wizard is never late. We know this. Never late. He needs to arrive precisely when he wants to. How are you all anyway? I hope you're all fine. This week, okay, we've got our usual gameplay. Hopefully me not dying too much, you know, because that's kind of embarrassing on my part. Playing through on hard, as we always do. We've also got coming up an absolute great interview from one of the dev team. I've been trying to get them, not strong arming them or anything like that, but I've been trying to get them to come on, do some interviews. We did have Jan previously, and we've managed to get one of our other team, senior gameplay programmer Thorben himself, which is a nice long interview. So you're going to want to get cozy for that one. That'll be coming up in about an hour's time. And then we're going to be doing our usual Q&A and everything through the evening. And then, I know some of you have been asking for this anyway. I have been practicing, but we're going to try and do the bomber run with no Inertia dampeners at Scrapyard. Yes, let's see what we can achieve there. I have been practicing. Some failures, some successes, but hey, we'll give it a whirl. See if we can do it live on stream. It's always a challenge, isn't it? And then, as usual, we're going to be finishing up with our screenshots. RFG devs have picked, and boy, have they picked. They've really struggled this week to choose their top choice. It was very close. You'll have to see who wins out on this one. So, yeah, if you've got any questions already, do get them fired in. We'll try and answer them the best we can. If not, then we'll follow up with you as always Yeah. I think Lee's very, very true there in the comments. Yes, it can be difficult to get the team to come on. We respect their privacy as well, and we're very thankful for those that do come on as well. So we managed to have a cracking interview, which I'll show you in a little bit. So anyway, without further ado, let's get loaded up. My stream save here there is at Cato Palace. Yes, absolutely. We're back there, aren't we? So I hope you've all been playing. I hope you've all been trying to finish those 2,000 lunacy risks.
Adam, there you are. Come on in, dear boy.
Okay,
actually, I was hoping to see Daryl this time.
Yeah, because we just finished, hadn't we? We just docked when we saved.
Daryl is indisposed at the moment.
He is.
But I can appreciate you need some kind of explanation
yeah.
for the missions he's
it would be good, Mr. Cato. Would be good. Would be good.
It got a bit hot out there. I can't believe I went through all that for fruit.
We've known each other a while now, Adam. You're like family to me, and we have cause for celebration.
Champlain?
Was it Jerry, actually? Good question. Just regarding the interviews as well, Mr. Cato's talking there. Some of them actually are quite shy, and some people just don't want to be on camera or just to be involved in that kind of thing. We totally respect that. You know, not everybody's kind of outgoing. So yeah, sometimes it can be a little bit daunting because even though being a game dev does mean at times you have to interact with the public, not always do you want to be doing it kind of on camera or, you know, we could almost say it's not part of the job description. But no, we're very thankful for those that do come on. We've got some more lined up as well. And I think even the big boss man himself, CEO Michael, is going to drop in at some point. So we'll have a good chat with him about everything to do with being a CEO and all that kind of shenanigans, which will be good.
I risked my life 3 times. For plushies.
You did, Adam. Sorry. You risked your life for plushies. So we know that this quest, or this mission rather, is going to give us a nice new weapon that we're going to be slotting in. So if you ever want to pick up one of the legendaries very early in the game, or early-ish, mid-level, you can definitely get one from this quest line, which is always useful, and I did use it previously on one of my other runs as well.
Couple of hours. Anyway, to
love, indeed.
To love, I guess.
Marianne will see you out. Don't forget to check in with her for jobs every now and then.
Okay, Mr. Cato.
Oh, wait. I have something for you. A wedding gift. I'm feeling generous. You'll find
Cato, feeling generous. You've always got to be dubious when he's been generous, haven't you? You've always got to be dubious. Right, let's just have a little look what we've got. So X marks the spot, obviously, is the continuation of the main story. We've also got early retirement, which is one of the missions for the Titans. So we might do that one next. We'll see what we can do. But let's just get launched. Let's see where we head. All manner of things going on there. Mission completed. Same day delivery. We've got a new decal. Credits. All sorts of shenanigans. And let's just have a little look. See what did we actually get. And there you go. It's our first legendary of the run, which is the Crimson Sun flat cannon. And this is very, very nice. I do like this. And it is quite powerful for quite a while. So I am going to swap it over for that for the time being. So we got that. Yeah, we're okay. Let's have a look at our perks. I just want to make sure everything's going all right. Terrain, resource selling, probably not. Storage, ship dealers. Okay, 140. We've got some coal there. Okay, I tell you what we're going to do. We are going to invest into that and some Culver crystal as well, because I think that's very, very handy. Just to improve the choice of ship dealers. Okay, solar panels we can't really do. Can't do titanium, but we haven't got solar panels yet, so we always need to be on the lookout for a shop. Funnily enough, Bearded Frog, HTK, although he's very, very busy, and he is a very, very busy man, as all the dev team are, and this is why we're very, very thankful that they take time out of their day, because we're doing a lot of these interviews as a pre-record. He has actually said that he will come on to one of these, but it's going to be in the future. Okay, so don't expect it right now. We've got to get them all lined up, and fingers crossed, we shall have more of them to come. But yeah, we'll deal with that in a little while. Right then, So we kind of need to go see where Cardenas wants us to go, doesn't he? He was last seen in Zarkov. I should head there. Okay. Okay, so we've got to go Smuggler's Back Door. So down to Cartwright's Wake. Okay. Let's get out of here then, shall we? Let's get out of here. Hello. Help if I press the correct button, wouldn't it? Oh dear. Yeah, the Arc 9000 fishing minigame. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Not entirely sure we'll ever get it, but it would be awesome. I know some of you guys have been requesting something like that. Should we dive into a distress call? I haven't done one of these in a little while, so we can test out our new flat cannon. Let's see. This could be a bit of a problem. Oh, we've got the distress call. Oh.
Did GP management really send you out here with no backup?
Come on, let's get that wound up. Come on, there you go. Thank you. Come on. Okay, we're not doing too well there, are we? Okay, that's them down. Oh, we've got rockets, haven't we? Hey, what we'll do, we'll use rockets on you.
Another wave.
Another wave. Yeah, I know. That was cheesy. Okay, that was quite handy with the box. Let's get rid of that demolisher if we can. There we go. He's gone down. At least scout maybe. Drones. That's good. We've won. Yes. Of course we did. Of course we did. Of course we did. Oh, we completed the challenge as well. Oh, that was handy. Oh, look, I've actually even turned off by accident my inertia dampeners. Whoops. I'll fly with them on while I need to. Right, so let's look at the inventory. Mines. Okay, yeah. Keep all of them. Plating. No, we'll just dismantle that for beds, beam lasers. Yeah. That did eat through my energy quite badly as well, so okay. Energy cores of 16, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. I just was going through everything very quick. Anyway, we did a distress call, that's quite handy. We shall crack on. Bearded, I don't know if you actually heard, but I am actually going to do the racing challenge today. I did actually mention it at the start. Could be better for me. Now I'm going to preface this. I have been practicing, and I've got probably about a 33% success rate, around that, something like that. Right, let's get down. I see you did, yeah. Right, okay. Whoop, hello. Let's not whack into that. Let's look up. Oh, yeah. Let's just go to the smuggler base. Let's see if he's got anything nice. Right, container. Let's see what we've got. Freebies. Give me some freebies. Okay, small arms. Okay. Whoop. Hello. Why do we dock? Let's help. Yeah, let's do a quick restock on that. Yep, get them purchased. So the shop, let's just sell some stuff, shall we? Just to make a bit of money. Although we're not too bad for money, to be fair. Ooh, see, that's... We're not a fan of gauze cannons, but, you know. Yeah, just get rid of them. Ooh. We picked up the Rogue Rascal, huh? Those might get swapped out for those. Ooh, that's a tempting little nugget, isn't it? The last 3 missiles do 100% damage, 30% damage for each second the missile flies. Okay. Yeah, because that one's pulled. Okay. You know when you're a bit undecided. Okay. So what modifier does that one? More. Yeah. Okay. We'll get rid of that. Blaster, railgun. See, the Shield ST is good, but it's not part of the autonomous set, which is what I've got. So I'm not going to use that. Cargo unit. Again, that's part of the autonomous. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of that then. Yeah, let's just... We'll put that there as some more stuff. Okie dokie, let's crack on. Oops. Thanks very much as always for joining us on these streams. We do like to do them for you for a bit of entertainment and obviously for you to ask questions and see what's happening in the world of development. Hello, what are you doing shooting at me? That's not very friendly, is it? Go away, Mr. Drone. Thank you. God. Ooh, containers. See, containers, they're a bit like side quests, aren't they? You know, you see a side quest and then you just whoop, off you go. I must stop myself. I know the interview does run quite a long time that we've got with Thorben. It's not a problem, obviously, because it's a great little interview and we had a great chat about all things to do with development and stuff, which you'll see. I'm sure you'll all enjoy it. So what I'm probably going to do, pull up the blueprint, is as I see the questions that Lee is collating. So if you want to tag him, I'll probably try and answer them on the fly. As we go, so that we get a bit more gameplay and hopefully no deaths. But then we'll see. We'll see if we can answer them as we go. Oop, hello. Oh, G and B, will you leave me alone?
That's just what I need.
Yeah, exactly. It's just what we need.
Right where you are. Our boss wants a word with you.
I bet he does.
Nobody tells me what to do.
Let's just jump away a little bit. Right, where are you, G and B? Boink. Wow, they did hit hard, that. Let's just scoot away. Let's just turn around. Okay, he's... Get the lock. Higher, go on. Okay, that doesn't do a great deal of damage, did it? But hey, hell. Let's hit him hit now. Oh, there we go. Here you go. Some credits. We'll get these other credits as well. Absolutely.
The accumulation of credits seems to make humans happy.
Apparently, it does. Ooh, shipwreck. Let's go get that. Let's go get that. Think of you. Hello. Really? Okay. Ramen. Everything that you need. I've just seen a question from Dampener over on Twitch. Just regarding the track IR. We did actually fix that a while ago. I believe earlier when we changed from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5, we did actually fix that. So that should be all working, should be all fixed. There was glitching, especially around big settlements like Prescott, etc., where the cursor would jump around quite dramatically, or the crosshairs rather. So that should be all fixed. If anybody gets a report that there's an issue, then please, as always, do let us know and we'll have a look.
Rosslyn, we've intercepted a mayday from a convoy under attack by a large outlaw vessel. I have another contractor responding. Back them up. Remember, we're looking for containment.
We're looking for containment. So this is obviously, for those of you who don't know, these missions that I'm just starting up with Cardenas here. It's part of the Titans. Specifically, this is the Leviathan quest line that we're going to be following just for a little bit, just to open this up. So if you haven't already purchased the Titans DLC, you'll get to see a little bit. We've got a question from Flory over on Twitch. Since Space Whales are now alive and well, how is Space Kraken? I mean, we might as well just go through the whole repertoire of different creatures. I think, you know, we'll have space dolphins, krakens, shrimp, space shrimp. Should we see if we can get that shoehorned in there? How about, I don't know, space sharks? Yeah, should we try that? John Tesh over on YouTube. When will we release a PS5 Pro patch? We're certainly looking at these kind of things and improvements that we can make with the PlayStation 5 Pro, which was obviously, I think it was released yesterday, if I remember correctly. So yeah, if we can make improvements on that, then we will. But we can't say anything on that just at the moment. And Type Kibbles, will Gary get beatbox at the end of today's stream to compensate? You really don't want to see my beatboxing, and yeah. Not that I really tried, to be fair. That's probably why it's quite horrendous. I was just getting there. Sorry, how you doing over on Twitch? Any plans to explain the Leviathan in the Drake system? It could be something that we could look at. I think that's very much down to, I'd say, the writing team, whether we kind of put an explanation in there. But not everything will be explained. I'm just going to hold that there. Now, one thing I will say is that sometimes, obviously, we put things in and we don't always completely embellish the lore around something, because we put some things that are really good for gameplay or a good fictitious element. Now, if we could create an absolutely huge world and fill it all the lore in, we'd love to, but that's going to take a very, very long time. Sometimes you've got to remember it can be just for gameplay elements rather than complete world building. However, if we can at some point explain certain elements, then yes, we would definitely do that. Davinator, there was a system called Aethon. Not sure if you got the name right. You did. Well done. Is there a way to get there? Aethon is only available through some of the main storyline. Some of you will obviously have got there. Some of you might not have, but you only get there during those gameplay storylines, not afterwards. Right. Last time we came here, I died. I just remembered.
This is not your typical jump gate.
Definitely not typical jump gate.
Sensors indicate that this is the gate to the Kai Nebula.
Yeah.
Certain markings bear a resemblance to architecture of the ancients. However,
Let's
recently
blow some of these things up while Hive's having his little jibber jabber there.
it is renowned for its inhospitable nature, due mainly to the dangerous flora which inhabit it. There are also
they are
many
closing
species
in.
of fauna unique to the area which have yet to be entirely categorized.
What is the range on this? 2,000, and that's 1,700. Okay, let's open up with 8. Hello.
What the? Hey, turn down the volume, guys.
Yeah, turn down the volume. Jeez. Well, blueprint. And the good thing with splash damage is when anything has a shield, it can generally get around it, especially if it splashes at the side of it. Okay, right. So we... Oh, okay. We do need to open up some of these. Let's get rid of that.
Hey, hold up. Who are you?
Thank you for the intervention, but I must hurry to save my father.
Apparently.
They have him.
Sorry to save a
He
father.
went through only a short time ago.
Whoa, wait, please. You are in no way equipped to take on those crazies. Why don't you tell me about your situation and what you know about these freaks?
GMB have abandoned the Kayit Nebula, and the Redeemers have taken complete control over it.
Yep.
They claim to have captured wardens and that they can commune with the ancients themselves. But I believe they may have become possessed by them.
The Black Eyes.
Exactly. And soon, unless I act fast, they will turn my father into one of them.
Why would would your father have gone there in the first place?
Exactly.
He was lured there with the promise of being able to study a warden up close. Other scientists went before him.
Just hold on a minute while I think about this. Try to clear the gate for safe passage first.
Okay, let's start. Nope, they didn't come. So let's go do the other side. Hold on, it's around here, isn't it? For that one. Whoop. There we go. Oh, we go. Oh, it's this one, isn't it? Duh. There we go. Boo, 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 boo. Anybody can turn up? Nope. I need to destroy that one, don't I? There we go.
You will be crushed into submission, and your soul fed to the ancients.
All right, take it easy.
There we go. We were able to just get around his shield, which made that a lot easier. A lot easier.
I really can't let you do that. Not in that craft. Look, why don't you let me track him down? I'm sure he would appreciate your loyalty and all.
He would.
But he would prefer it more if you remain safe.
Exactly.
I suppose he would, but
Yeah.
time is so short.
What's your name?
I am Imogen. My father is
They left the
Dreadnaught.
lights on.
Imogen.
Oh.
I'll track down your father.
Apparently.
These cultists are seriously dangerous. If you stay put here, I'll be in contact shortly.
Thank you. Please be quick.
I'll do my best.
I know you're teasing there, Bearded Frog. Bearded Frog has just asked if I'll ever play or feel confident enough to play on a proper difficulty setting. Now I'm playing on hard. Normally, most games that I play through on normal, and then if I feel like I can up the actual difficulty level, then I will. However, and this is for all the players out there that maybe watch this in the future. Whatever level of difficulty you want to play on, whether it's very easy to nightmare, that is entirely up to you, and it's what the enjoyment you get from that game. If something's too hard, turn it down, and conversely, if it's too easy, then feel that challenge and tweak it up. That's why we have the options there. We do want people to enjoy the game. I think if I was dying, every time I was in a battle with something, then yeah, it'd probably be entertaining for a little while. But then eventually I think it would get a little bit tiresome. So and plus people want to see me flying around, and that if I keep dying, it doesn't generally become as much fun. Because they want to see all the combat and the various places. So yeah, one day I might be able to get up to Nightmare. And this is one of our most wonderful vistas within the game, I think, anyway. With the jellyfish, the star in the background,
This is very interesting.
and then
Is that
Warden.
a warden? You really have captured a damn warden.
The beams appear to be draining the entity of its energy. Until now, it was not thought possible to harness the power of the ancients. What
It's
we
all
are
there.
witnessing here, however, radically alters that assumption. I am picking up the life signal of the young lady's father from a nearby vessel.
Keep a trace on it, Hive.
yeah, that death counter is still sat there. I think we're at 7 or 8, something like that around there. It could still
Your
happen.
priority is your search for Eduardo.
Now you
The
see
pursuit
these
of the young
redeemers are level
lady's father
19
is
here.
entirely
That one's a
up to
17, 18. So this is kind of, I'd have to be careful with that elite over there.
Clear.
That would potentially be difficult for me to, could end up in a whole world of hurt. I may take on these just here if we can. In fact, I'm just going to sweep round. Take on these level 18s, perhaps. There's another Crusader there.
Your impurity must be crushed by the indignation of righteousness.
Wow, these guys aren't playing at all.
Okay.
Purge the trespasser from our domain.
The key again. Why I was floating off into the ether there a little bit. Okay, that's one down. There we go. I dealt with them. Okay, got some reactive radar. Alright, okay. I think we'll leave those alone for the time being. Let's just dive out of here. Sorry, he's just asked another question over on Twitch. Did a dev voice the Redeemers? If so, can we get a live demo someday? I don't believe it was. I believe it was under the voiceover artist. I'd have to double check, but I'm fairly certain it wasn't one of the devs. Some of the devs do have their voices in the game, specifically, I say specifically, partially in the kind of background traffic around Prescott. I know that there's definitely some in there. So, yeah, but I don't think they voiced the Redeemers. Right, let's just check. So, go to Ulyanov Rift. Okay. Let's just show that there. Oh, we just jumped through, didn't we? I need to go back again. I forgot I came in here. Let's just go back there. I went through the gate and I was like, I don't need to go through there. Right, let's just hold on. Boink. Boink. Thank you. There we go. Through the jellyfish. Yeah. We've opened that up anyway. At least we know we can come into here now. Let's get through here. But yeah, I'd have to definitely double check. I'm fairly certain it wasn't any of the dev team that did the voiceovers for the Redeemers. But I'll ask on Monday, see if anybody can remember if they were involved in any shenanigans of that. Oh yeah, Decevian's been playing the game with a HOTAS and no accuracy help makes the game difficult. Yeah, I can imagine it would, to be fair. I can think that it's one of the toughest ways to play the game. But then again, a lot of people like the immersion, which I'm all for. Sometimes I play with the track IR, which is nice because it's kind of head tracking, so you can look around when you need to. Similar to having, you know, holding down the Alt key as such, but when you're in the combat, just your head movement allows you to do that. So at some point I'll bring that back out so that people can see how we've utilized head tracking. I have done it before, so yeah, we may do that in the future. Good call, good call. Wait, let's get there. Let's do our first part of the Titans because I'd gone off in a wrong direction.
Where is it?
Detecting a large mass ahead.
I've never seen a Dreadnaught up close.
That's a big boy right there.
Inokawa is the largest warship currently operating within the DMZ.
The cargo's been loaded. Your cooperation is appreciated.
Appreciated.
Heavy launch racks. Take out the cargo ships. What? We
What?
gave you what you wanted.
It did.
I also told you not to send a distress call. I do not like defiance.
Shocking.
Raiders, I'll cover you as long as I can. Get your drives back online.
And Yun. Cool guy. Cool guy.
You're another freelancer hired by Cardenas? Yeah. You're my backup? I'm Yoon. Their missiles will shred the civilians. I've got decoys, but can you intercept some?
Let's get that intercepted. And one of the joys is
I'd say to
that?
take out the launchers, but Minakawa's armor's too thick for fighter weapons.
The Dreadnaught's own weapons could hurt it, right?
Sure. What are you thinking?
I'll pick up one of your decoys and use it to lure their missiles back to the Dreadnought.
Right, there we go. Whoop, hello. Swoop underneath. Let's pick up a decoy.
To lure missiles away from the freighters.
Right.
That's handy.
You will need to bring the decoy
Actually got
close
something
to a
tracking me.
missile
Oh, there's
flight
one.
to get them
There is one. I didn't think there was. But I was like, why have I got the green glow around myself? And why is there a beep beep noise going?
The missiles have locked on your decoy.
There we go. He's going up.
Missiles have targeted the Dreadnaught's sensor array.
Is he going to do it? Nope. Need more. Need more. Let's go get. Whoop. Wow, dropped it. I hit the F key too many times. Come here, you. Thank you. Right. Let's go up here. Hello. Excuse me. Thank you.
Missiles are following your decoy.
Yup.
Haste is recommended.
Ooh, can we get this one as well? Nope, they're not going to follow. Okay, so they're following behind quite low down. You just always got to be careful that they're underneath the wings. Like I say, initially we had players who were hitting the actual body of the Minakawa rather than these arrays. So there we go.
Has locked on to the targeting array.
Let's grab them because he's just launched some more.
Array disabled.
Targeting array.
Got guts, kid.
Disabled. So we've got some following us. They're heading down. Need to get them underneath the wings. Come on. Yep. Come on. There we go. Back up. And boink. And then we can see that hopefully slam in.
All tracks are down.
Oh,
Kid. Now
done.
we need to get after their interstellar drives.
Ooh, blueprint.
I have to prep for that. How about you clear some of their fighters off the transports?
I'm on it.
What's his name? Yoon? Little old to be a fighter pilot, isn't he? When you find your talent, you stick with it.
Find your talent, you stick with it. Oh, another bloody print over there. Oh. Go get that. Oh, and a new.
Blueprints. I'll take that.
I'll take that. Indeed. And around we go. One down. Thank you. Got him. Down. And I know I haven't used my G key yet. I know somebody's going to be pointing that out at some point. They were like, he's got the G key and he's not used it yet. What's he doing? I feel like I overused it in the last stream. Because people couldn't believe how many times I used it. So I'm like, you know, I'm trying to make a bit of balance in the world again. Go back to not using my G key.
Yoon, the freighters are clear. Ready to go after the interstellar drives?
Yeah, so, on a Dreadnaught, access to those systems is right next to the sublight thrusters. They're exhausted,
Okay.
lethal. I've got hazard shields to get me close, but I move slow when they're on.
Keep your shields up. I'll hold the hijackers off while you disable the drive.
Whoop. So,
I can see the access panel. Hold them off, Rosalind. Stay close, kid. It gets toasty from here.
I might use the G key. Let's use the G key.
Almost there. You're doing great, kid.
Thanks. Guess there's a lot of enemies here, and that could all help me deal with them.
Yes!
Apparently, yes.
How's it going, Yoon?
Setting up a feedback loop. It'll fuse this thing solid.
Oh, at the sound of that. That showed them, it did, Hive. Not entirely sure what it showed them, but it showed them something. there. Go on.
Drive's fried. One down, one to go.
We have a failure in one of our interstellar drives. Withdraw to the fallback point.
Interstellar drives broken.
Gautier, why are we leaving?
We have what we came for.
We could wipe them out.
That's not our objective. Don't risk the merchandise. All craft, execute.
What the hell just... I can't believe we survived.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Glad to help. When I first got here, the attackers mentioned loading cargo. Did they steal something from you?
Shield generators. Commercial
Got some
brands.
stuff.
Nothing special, but a lot of them.
Strange.
That was a fleet ship, right? What's it doing in the DMZ? Why
Exactly.
attack us?
I honestly don't know why they attacked you. I'm just glad I arrived in time.
Hope we meet again, Rosalind. You got promise.
Yoon, what do you know about Cardenas?
He pays invoices on time. He's never asked me to kill a good guy. Beyond that, not my business.
Okay, looks like I've got some stuff that I might need to just bin off and dismantle here. Get rid of that. Rocket's no better. That's no better. Take that. Take that.
It's a job, kid.
I'm already reviewing Mr. Yoon's footage.
Yeah, good.
Well done.
Looks like Gautier hired local outlaws to supplement her group. But why would they steal shield generators?
Indeed.
Let's not speculate over comms. Associates of mine will debrief the civilians. I'll be in touch when the target reappears.
I like it. I like it. Right, let's just check. That can go as well. We will activate that because that gets out of the way. Sell that. That's fine. Let's open up the container. Ooh, blueprints. And Rakima's foresight and the prime strategy of Cumulus. Nice. Nice. Let's have a little look-see then. Oh, blueprint smoke screen. Yes. We did have an interesting question, actually. Somebody was asking that they hadn't got any drops for the catalysts, etc., from the Titans. Now, even though you may have the Titans DLC installed, there are some certain prerequisites in terms of starting up the missions. Obviously, to get access to the storyline, you have to be specific ones have to be done. And also, you have to be so many missions in before the items start dropping, such as catalysts. Now, the reason for that is that if we don't, all of a sudden you'd be dropping potentially kind of spoilery weapons or catalysts that you'd be like, what's this related to? This doesn't sound right. And then we could have potential spoilers. So if you are playing through and you may be a bit under level, maybe around level 12, 13, something like that, and you haven't got to some of the specific opening quests or missions, then that'll be why you're not seeing them yet. So, yeah. Interesting to see. I know Lee asked a question, and I'll just shout it out for everybody in the chat. If you would have someone from the team or connected to the game be interviewed, what questions would you have? Yeah, very, very good. I know some people were saying, that they'd like to ask Garry, some questions because they like the OST. Excelsior would like to know more about music and sound effect creation. Obviously, that was mostly probably in Garry's hands as well. Beardy Frogs, HCK, I'd love to interview with Tease. Not only is he a great guy, but would love to know about the future of the UI and other large changes planned. Cool. That's very, very good. Yeah, if you do have any suggestions for questions to put to the team, then do please let us know. Obviously, I do the interviews and we ask a lot of similar questions, obviously, because we're all on the same team. But if there's any specifics that you'd like to ask, then we may be able to sneak those in. Now, good news for some of you guys that have obviously mentioned Garry and obviously Tease. They both agreed to do an interview. So yes, I've managed to wangle an interview with those. Again, it's something that we need to plan because we're head down onto working with new stuff. Obviously, as you know, there's a new expansion coming out next year. not a spoiler. Obviously, everybody knows that. I've always got to be so mindful of whether I go, oops, was I supposed to say that? So, those two are going to be lined up as well, which I think is going to be good. Because it's not often that you get to talk to the devs and ask the question. I don't always get a chance myself. We may message, etc., and have questions and answers flying around during the day, but we don't regularly sit down to actually have any form of conversation. Flory, that's a sneaky one. What is the new expansion called? It's TBD. Not telling you. People are going to be saying the new expansion is called TBD. Yeah. to be determined. There we go. I'm going to actually just go into camera mode because I think this is one of the gorgeous environments here. We've had some brilliant screenshots as well that we've seen from players, but I just love that kind of environment. I think it's so pretty. I mean, our game is such a wallpaper creator. Not only is it a good game, obviously very biased, but I think it's also, if you want to create some wonderful screenshots, then you can. And I think this wonderful atmosphere here from the art team, and I think Tony was involved in all this. Yeah, so so it's starting now. Everybody's like, so when's the new DLC going to be released? Honestly, guys, once we have some information on that, we will be letting you know. But yeah, not yet. Okay. I love your enthusiasm, and it's always a pleasure to hear, because I know that means you guys are stoked for more content for the game, just as we are for creating it. And we get to show it off to you all, you know, in the future, which I can't wait to do. Right, let's get out of here, shall we? Boom. Right. Let's have a little look-see on the map. So there's a HRA there. We've got a high risk there. Oh, actually, that's only level 15. Maybe we should attempt that, because we are 16 now. But let's have a look at our... Ooh. Mind you, that's the auto-genesis, isn't it? So while in combat, armor regenerates 2% per second so long as the shields are full. That's a 16 rare. While shield is active, energy orbs are pulled from a 2000. Ooh. See, that's a potentially good swap there. I think I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to break the Genesis, the autonomous set. Ooh, I didn't like doing it. I really didn't like doing it, but I think it's a possible that I needed to do. That's the together we... Oh, I got two of them. One's firepower, one's structure for the center. I think I'll swap it just because of the increase in range. I got some good stuff. UI stands for, so Deceivian, UI stands for user interface, like this is what I'm looking at now. And then UX is the user experience, so maybe navigating around the user interface. How does the player experience it? That, you know, that kind of thing. So, yeah. Cool, Excelsior. I'd like to see an interview with Marco. Okay, as the game has so many beautiful environments, I'd like to know more about the planet creation process. We'll have to see if we can get Marco to come on. I shall definitely ask him in the future. We've got a few lined up as well, and hopefully one or two of the voiceover artists as well for our characters. Excellent, excellent. Right, let's just... Is there anything else? Oh yeah, that's exactly the same, isn't it? That one... 4% increased shield hit points. Not really going to go there. I'm actually going to dismantle that. Do I? Do I dismantle it? That's the question. I'm kind of... Okay, I've got the blueprint unlocked for that. I may just sell it. I may need to just go somewhere and just sell some stuff. Let's just sell some stuff, shall we? Vesna. Let's go to Vesna. Let's go to that wonderful place of Vesna. Another wonderful environment. Oops. Didn't even see that ship there as I was flying in. I thought could have been a bit of an accident in an increase in our insurance premiums there for definite. Whoop. Well, let's sell some stuff. Let's sell some stuff. We need some repairs as well. Okay, so what can we get rid of? See that autocannon? See, that's 10% experience per kill. That's actually quite nice. Let's sell. While we're just doing this, couple of questions. Dampener has asked, any co-op horde mode multiplayer for the future? No. This question has come up quite a lot, and it's still something that we've not got planned. Now, the reason behind that is that we would have to significantly rewrite the game to plonk in, for want of a better phrase, or implement co-op mode or multiplayer specifically. The reason for that is a lot of our environments are made for kind of single player. So whilst it sounds easy, and I know the games have maybe created a multiplayer mod and etc., it is actually quite difficult to implement correctly into our game. So no, not for EVERSPACE 2, that is a fact. Follow-up question, when can we get a female voice for Hive? Now, there is a tiny little bit in the game, if you've heard, there is a Hive female voice. However, that is the only time that it's going to appear. Now, again, the reason behind that is that when you consider already that we have fully voiced German and fully voiced English, the game, you know, so all our characters have voiceover in those languages. Now, if we were to introduce a female Hive, we would have to record all the voice lines in 2 different languages and 2 different genders. So that would be a monumental task. So probably not. Yes, I think you're correct there, Flory. Yes, the voiceover actor that plays the wonderful commander, as you said, does do the voice for the Hive with a bit of modulation. So it's very unlikely. Voiceover work takes a long time because you've got to do a lot of planning, a lot of writing, and then doing the actual voiceover is especially time consuming. So yeah, it's very, very unlikely, and I think that's just being honest. It may be disappointing because I'm sure people would love the fact of having a female Hive equivalent or a different Hive voice, but it does take time to do. And we're not a massive team. We do keep saying this, and you know, we don't want to labour that point, but the dialogue is quite extensive within the game, and to do that and record even one character, and Hive is a main character essentially, into another person having to do that, and then having another person doing it in German as well, you can see that just for that character alone, the work has doubled. So yeah, unlikely. Right, let's just sell some of the stuff. Yeah, you can go. Yep. You can go. Now that's. I don't know if I really want to do that because I've only just got the Storm Chaser, so I'm probably just going to get rid of that one. Let's get rid of that. We'll keep that. I'm going to get rid of it. Don't know if I've done that right. Okay, let's just check. That's an eco booster, and this is Yoon's. I can't decide whether I should swap that one out. There's slightly longer recharge delay, and energy consumption is higher as well. Capacities higher, accelerations higher. Yeah. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll actually swap it and see how we fare. If I don't feel it's good, I shall get rid of that. That can go as well. Keep, sell. Placing can go. That sensor can go. Cargo unit. No. Okay, so I've got the autonomous set there. And rockets maybe, because we're going to be a level 18. There we go. Lee just put hands up, folks who are old enough to recall some of the classic bugs. I recall a bunch of glitches on the Nintendo Entertainment System, the original NES. Yeah, I remember going even further back because I'm a little bit older than Lee, and yeah, I was back into the days of tape. Commodore 64 for the win. That was quite painful, actually. If there was ever a problem with that it wasn't in the days of the internet, so you couldn't fix anything. Right, let's get out of here, even though it is a wonderful looking planet. There we go. Whoosh. Right, so we cracked on with that. Obviously, that has kind of disappeared. The early retirement, we've done the first thing. They've said that they'll be in touch in the future again, so we'll see how that pans out on there. So let's go back and do the convert. I am keeping an eye on the time, another 5 minutes or so. So if you've got any more questions to dive in with, please do throw them our way. Probably in about 5 minutes or so, we're going to be switching over to the interview that we did with Thorben, because it's a good, decent interview, which I think people will enjoy. Let's set the waypoint. Let's do a HRA, shall we? Let's do a HRA. See if we can survive. DCV, Ivy 64. Well done, that man. You're a person of a certain age. Right, we've got a question from Backfire157 from Twitch. Is there any chance to explore Aethon system in the future DLCs? We did have this mentioned a little bit earlier. At the moment, you can only get there during the storyline. I don't know if it's going to happen in the future. Hello. Hello. It's getting a bit painful. Whoa. No, I don't like that. Thank you. Didn't like that at all. Nope, sorry, Bob. Oh, I just had to concentrate there because he was actually hitting quite hard and I didn't like that. Oh, detonator drone, where are you? I am not liking that. I can hear that. Where it's just sheer terror, absolute terror when you hear that coming up behind you, and I'm like, nope, don't want to be dealing with that today. Come on. I do love the trails that are left behind by the scouts. I think they're so cool. Doop. I do love this soundtrack that's playing in the background. When we get around to doing an interview with Garry, I will be complimenting him massively on the soundtrack. I like guitars. I won't hide. Yay, boss spawn. Nice. You can all leave now. Get out of here. Right. Let's see if we can get a little jump before he rocks in. There we go. Oh, hello. You mind? Thank you. There we go. Shut that off. Yay! We completed another HRA. We got a lot of stuff. Wait to just manage to fit into my inventory. That was a fair amount of stuff there. Hey, ship color and a fusion core. There's a nice little added bonus there. And a cool little ship module as well. Right, rusty earth. That's always good. Right, let's have a look at the inventory. What did we pick up? Because we've got quite a blaster. Scattergun. Nah, never a fan of the scattergun. Oh, okay, it's the autonomous one. Structure, but I lose precision. Same, exactly the same. So I'm not going to do anything with that. Ooh, we've got the Rattler. I do love an autocannon. I do love an autocannon, but does it mean I get rid of the Crimson Sun? Corrosion mines. People love the corrosion mines, don't they? Do I have another rogue set? Got the Storm Chaser, didn't we? Yeah, we've got the Together We Stand. Okay, you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to put that in instead. Let's sell that. Oh, I'm going to keep that for the time being. Right, I just need to find somewhere. Looks like we're going back to Vesna again, don't we? Just to... I need more storage on this Sentinel. I definitely need more storage. Cool. You'd be glad to hear actually in the interview talking about kind of older games and how people have got into games from their childhood. We will touch on that with Thorben as well. So it's good to see that you boys and girls are talking about. Look at that cool view. It's a cool view, isn't it? Right, let's get dived in here. Oop. Let's get docked and sell some stuff. Do a little repair. Yeah, repair selected. Thank you. Let's go to the shop. Scattergun, you're gone. Autonomous Bear, you're gone. Quick shield generator, maybe. Thermal guns are very, very handy. The DPS on them isn't as... There can go, that can go. Railgun? No, he's going to go. Beam laser, maybe. That's the same, isn't it? That was exactly the same. Actually. Okay, yeah. We'll get rid of that one. We don't need that one. Prime Observer. Loot range. Pulse laser. No, I'm not going to use that one. I may keep that for the beam laser. We shall see. We shall see. Right, boys and girls, what I'm going to do is I'm now going to switch over to the interview that we did with Thorben, which, like I said, just get yourself comfortable. As I remember to hit the save, because I did this last time and I forgot. Where is my stream save? Where are you? There. Thank you. Which I nearly forgot. So, yeah, pull up a comfy chair, grab a drink as we switch over to the interview with Thorben. Enjoy. Thanks very much. Here we are. We have got a nice new dev interview. This week we are joined by the wonderful Thorben, who is our senior gameplay programmer here at Rockfish Games. Thanks for joining us, Thorben. It's great to have you with us. I need to kick off with the question that everybody will have on their lips is, what is a senior gameplay programmer and what does that job entail?
Well, hello Gary, hello community. Thanks for having me. Yeah, the job of a gameplay programmer contains, of course, depending on the company probably, but in our case at Rockfish, it's quite a big variety of things you have to do or you can do. Because we're a small team, everybody got a lot of hats, and there are things like, you know, how the ship moves, how it shoots, how you move from A to B, like transitions, like how destruction is done. The missions is a big part of it, saving stuff. Yeah, that's like too many things to to count. And my part was like at the beginning when I started, I took like small things, like the very famous shadow creature as a very small example, and I tried to squeeze my way here, like find some small activities that can be done around in the game. The invisible container, for example, was one very early thing I did. And that lead to bigger events like the racing, the wanted system. But at some point, we had like a personal shift in the team, and then I moved myself, and I mean it was totally voluntarily, honestly, no irony.
Yeah.
To the narrative side of things. I mean, I'm still programming a lot, but today I would see myself more of the mission designer, but with I'm still implementing all the stuff. Like in the past, we had guys that were designing the missions and designing the story behind the mission, writing the dialogue and all that stuff, but somebody had to implement them. That was like a mixture of us gameplay programmers who supported our mission designers, and today it's like pretty much, we have like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 people now that do both.
Right, yeah.
With like, leaning more a little bit on the dialogue writing end and more a little bit on the implementing end. I mean, there was one point in time where I even wrote dialogues because I had like fun with it, and
Yeah, cool.
yeah, like filling a gap here. And and today I'm still doing that mostly, but of course as things moved on with the last DLC we had with Titans, like I did a big part of the Dreadnought, and I was not alone, of course, and like another, let's call it small team, did most of the things in Leviathan, but it's I guess due to our team size, a lot of the things, like we trade opinions. We talk to each other. We test the missions of the others. We feedback each other. So it's a big interchanging process here with a lot of iterations, a lot of see what's what.
Cool. I mean, it seems like a lot of people, because of the size of the team, we do have to wear many hats. Even on the community side, whether you're interacting with the players on a day-to-day basis, doing the streams, doing the support, that kind of work. So obviously you guys in Hamburg, who I think are the absolute wizards of what you can create in the game environment. We all do so many different aspects of the job that's there. So we can now pin down who is responsible for the frustrating shadow creature missions then, and that.
Well, kind of, yeah. I mean, but here, let's take this very small example for things like okay, I implemented the mechanic, but there was like a design before that even, somebody had the idea, then somebody implemented it. Of course, we talked about this and we iterated it, and then another person builds the puzzle in the levels, that's so. Even that this very, very small feature of all the features we have is like done with several people already. And of course, what I did forget to mention is the game design aspect of things. Again, we have like, if you look at our portraits at our Rockfish team's games, there's like not really like, we have of course people who have like the job description and game designer or lead game designer. I think it's HC, I don't know, I'm not sure yet. But we have like not the whole department called game design and 5 people working there or so it's all of us. So pretty much everybody in the team, and it I mean, we got your feedback, we asked you of your opinion, and you're not the first one, so that's of course a big process in the whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and just to echo that I think that's one good thing about the team is that everybody kind of has a voice, whether it's feedback from the players, which I throw over to you guys quite regularly, or if it's my own personal opinion on things, and people will listen. And if there's value in those discussions or changes, then we're quite amenable to those things happening. Obviously, we've touched on all the aspects of your role, and it is very multifaceted. Would you mind sharing a little bit about your background and how you actually became a gameplay programmer?
Yeah, sure. I come like from province, small town, but at the very southwestern border of Germany. And I'm only saying this because like I grew up in a field, in a family which like viewed at gaming and at this whole thing like as that's not a real thing, you shouldn't get a job in in that field. It's like get something serious, do something for real, whatever. And I mean, I had this kind of mindset then as well. I adapted this. Of course, I started very early with gaming. Like that's why this idea even came up as a little child. Like my grandfather was responsible for this. He like brought very early discs and whatnot to our very old desktop computers. He brought into the family.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was always like, fun for the kids and nothing more. So when I grew older and I had like a bunch of ideas what I might become, I mean, I think a lot of people don't know it, after school, they're like, okay, I don't know, maybe that, and change it later. And I always had this idea to maybe, this could be a cool thing. And I made like a compromise with myself to say, okay, let's go for programming because this won't ever bore me, like computers won't ever bore me. And this is very pragmatic to say like, this earns money, like the internet won't die tomorrow, computers won't die tomorrow. It's not a bubble, obviously, like we learned that a couple of decades ago. So but if it still works, it might be some kind of backdoor, because games need programmers. So that was kind of my idea, which I had in the back. So I started it, and in the middle of my studies, there was like a mandatory internship you had to take in the company of your choosing, and then I said, well, why not use this time of 6 months and look for an internship in a gaming company, because nothing to lose here.
No, definitely not.
And in Germany, it's like the industry is, I mean, it's of course it's kind of not small, but it's very small. If I was not too interested in doing mobile games. So I looked for titles. First of all, I looked for titles I know. And when you have titles you do know and they have to be in Germany, then it was like hard to find something. And Hamburg is one of the not too many cities in Germany that have like more than one studio at all. There's like, you can 5, 6, 7 towns or cities in Germany that host more than one developer, like big developers, developers you would know. And there was another problem. I mean, I don't know how it is today, but back then it was like it was really hard to get into the industry. Like the internship requirements were like 3 years background of working, at least one finished project, and you were like, I thought this is like an internship. But I got lucky, and the company I worked for hired like the bar was not that high for this company especially, and they did cool games, so it was a perfect match. And then I took the opportunity, moved 1,000 kilometers to the north, and kind of stayed. I mean, after the internship, I finished my graduation. My brother convinced me to like try it in a regular field first, but after six months trying, I decided to no. I realized, this 6 months showed me, okay, this is it. I like it here. That's my jam. I want to stay. So and I mean and thanks to this internship, it was easy to get back to it. I could like call up completely, simple via Skype. I didn't have to like do the whole process again of writing my CV and stuff. I just could call people I knew then, and then I was like, I'm working here and I'm doing fine, but do you have like an open job for me? And again I got kind of lucky because another programmer at the time, another lead programmer even, was about to leave, and they looked for somebody, and then was like, I mean, I said like, no, I can't do lead because, you know, that's my first job here.
Yeah.
But then they had me convinced. They were like, you know, we trust you. That was one thing. And then they said like, okay, you know, it's our responsibility. We have a lookout for you. We see how it goes. But you know, if you're ready to come to us, then let's try it. And then I did, and I worked there for 4 years, a little more than 4 years.
Yeah.
Actually, but a whole other genre. This was a point-and-click adventure, The Pillars of the Earth. Maybe some people know the book. The game hasn't got too popular out there. And back there was like the company used an engine. It was not created by them, but it is not used on a wide, you know, in a wide field, and it is only used for. It's like a one-purpose engine. It's only for point-and-click adventures. So I was like a lot of Lua coding back then with a little bit of Python. And when the project was finished, it was like an in-between time where the company looked okay where we can put our, you know, human resources. And this project is about to start. Here is a pitch, and there's another pitch, but pretty much everything was Unreal Engine. So I mean, a lot of these projects didn't see daylight, but it was, of course, it was like an advantage for me to have like this almost 1 year experience working with Unreal, and that helped me getting to Rockfish then eventually, because I moved with another colleague to Rockfish at that time, and he was first and showed me where he is about to go, and I just looked at the jobs and saw, hey, they're looking for someone like me. Let's try that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, here I am 5 years later. 6 years later now.
6 years. Wow, congratulations. I mean, obviously you've already touched on kind of what you did in your kind of early career. You were talking about Pillars of the Earth and other games, but is there anything outside of those that you worked on?
Yeah, there was like another project. I think it's kind of official now. The Devil's Man back then, it was another point-and-click adventure, but that never saw daylight. And this was a really, really tough one. It had a lot of ups and downs. It was like, you know, announced, it started, then the market happened, the budget happened, then a lot of people had to leave. I was lucky. I was the lucky one who didn't. Then like other projects came around. For me, it was the Pillars of the Earth, and then at some point the idea was to revive the project again, and it even had like a small community. It even had an art book.
Oh
and
wow!
And merch. It was like, you know, this was about to happen, and everybody thought this was about to happen. And then when it started the second time, then it was like, you know, same again, you know, market happened, budget happened, things happened, and then it was like, okay, now this is not going to happen probably anymore, or at least I don't know if or when. But yeah, that's obviously a frustrating experience. I mean, these days, I guess a lot of developers in the industry are experience similar things.
Yes, definitely. I think we've seen it over the last couple of years how kind of volatile the industry is, and in a way, I think we're very lucky how kind of stable we are here at Rockfish.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think it's testament to the team overall how they're, you know, diligently navigating the video game industry. Looking at what you've kind of done in your role here at Rockfish, obviously everything kind of every role has a challenge, or it has, you know, rewarding parts. What would you say has been for you anyway the most challenging thing that you've had to deal with, and conversely what element has been the most rewarding?
Yeah, I mean, in general, I guess in general answer that doesn't has nothing to do with the job, I think, and that would be to say to make everybody happy. I mean, that's like so general. I get it, but when I hear that question, it's really my first answer, because in my day-to-day job, it's I have on some days it's very complex stuff. Some day it's easy. Work it through. And like in most cases, especially in the complex cases, it's like I sit in front of it and I try to come up with an idea. I don't know if it's game design related, is it program related, or if it's whatever related, and to come up with the idea, to pitch it to others, to discuss it with others. And of course, a lot of people in our team have a lot of strong opinions and valuable opinions, of course. And I would never say like I have, the best ideas. But yeah, pitching your ideas and we're not talking big ones. It's not always big system. It's small features, everyday stuff. Pitching them to others and then get feedback back. And now, no, maybe you should try this and whatnot. And I don't know. And then at some point, you get the result you're hoping for. So this kind of struggle, especially in the narrative department, there is like everything coming together, similar to the level design. There's the author, there's the creative director, there's me, there's another mission designer. So a lot of different departments and a lot of different perspectives on one issue, and to find a way, like, here's the vision, here's the story, and here's the implementation of things, and to get this into one. So that's like the biggest struggle any time, from big to small. And then like more of a direct thinking to my job description. It's similar, like having the problem in front of me and then thinking about something that lasts long, that creates as less bugs as possible, as few bugs as possible. That's a big thing. And of course that's flexible. Like game development, one thing about it is, and I can only assume because I only worked so short in another field, but it's very volatile. Like you have an idea, you implement it. Of course, maybe you discuss it with others before, but at some point it goes out to the world, and the world means our team first, and then you get a lot of ideas, and then realize, or whatever happens, okay, this is bad, I have to rethink everything. That's like the worst case. And another like default case would be, okay, this is not bad yet, but it needs A, B, and C, and then you have to have like a system that is able to provide A, B, and C, or you have to, start from scratch again. So, and of course, everything has to be done fast. I can say it's not like, Michael is not breathing our necks like you have to get this done or anything. But we have deadlines, of course. There's releases, and we have our own goals, and say like, okay, this has to be done until then. So I cannot like sit around and think all day about the best solution. So I have to go for the best that comes up, not first, but second or third.
Absolutely. I'd like to delve a little bit personally in terms of your gaming, because you obviously mentioned earlier that you've been a gamer since you were young, I think, as we all have. So what games do you currently play now, and what games have you played in the past, and how do you think you've kind of changed in your playing style over that time?
Yeah, it feels like this could be, go on for hours, and not really not to brag. It's just when you start early, but yeah, I think everybody who listens, or you, we all know how this goes, and we all have this pile on mostly Steam, but on any platform, I don't know. So yeah, today what I changed, and it's kind of maybe a part of I don't know, A, getting old, or B, try to live a more healthy lifestyle. Something about that, I don't know. So I changed from a lot of competitive stuff to more like single player, laid back stuff. I still I love a good challenge with Elden Ring, but that's kind of the exception, because back in the day, I like League of Legends was maybe the longest of them all, but Counter-Strike was also the Call of Duty. I even tried Fortnite, you know, just for the gist of it, and see what's that about.
Yeah.
And I don't know, StarCraft 2 or pretty much every Blizzard game. I mean, you know, they made great games. So, but yeah, of course, also any Nintendo stuff and all. So,
yeah.
And I mean, the last game I played is Crosscode, which is like a small indie title. I had like, I don't know for how many years now on my PC, and sometimes maybe you know the feeling that the urge to have, okay, I have this big pile, it needs to get smaller, and then you pick like one game out. And I honestly thought this would take a few hours because I just knew about the game, that this was like a small indie title.
Yeah.
And then it turns out to a full-fledged 60 hours plus JRPG. So yeah, that's that. And before that I played like Animal Well, I played Helldivers 2, but I don't see that as an you know, competitive game. That's still like for co-op. But also I like Zelda, not the latest installment. I want to play that. I think this might be the next title I'm going to, but I'm talking Tears of Kingdom, and of course before that Breath of the Wild and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I know, definitely talking to some of the team members. I think it was during our recent Rockfish day at the offices. Zelda games, Nintendo games do come up quite a lot, and I think it's a lot of it's down to the game design as well. Although I've never played a Zelda game, I have to admit, you know. But
I mean, the at least for me, I mean, of course, it's always like a personal opinion, but when you game as a child, like, you know, every world you encounter, every level, every feature is new. Every game you put in your hands is like totally exciting. And with over time you have seen stuff, and you just, you know, I have seen this kind of game, you know. And the last installment, like Breath of the Wild, the open world setup, all of a sudden I was very skeptical about that, because I don't know, is Nintendo able to do this, to pull this off? And they did, and it's quite honestly for me like a 10 of 10 game, you know. This was like the first time in, I don't know what, 10 years or so, which got me excited, like, you know, have this feeling again that you have as a kid. So that's like a big inspiration and a big, you know, I'm glad they did what they did when they decided to be like brave and try something else and not copy another, you know, open world game that is already existing out there. So
cool,
that was refreshing.
I mean, that's high praise. I mean, a lot of people do speak highly of that, and you know, giving it a 10 out of 10. You can tell they've done some good work on that. Now, final question, I promise, but I know this one is a difficult one to answer because there's an absolute plethora of games out there that we've even just touched on ourselves. If you had to pick one game, and I know this is difficult, you might have two, which game would you like to have worked on, and is there any particular reason why?
I probably would pick World of Warcraft. Okay. That's maybe that's mostly nostalgia. I mean, I stopped playing years ago, and I mean, I you know, sucked every news I could get about this game when it was about to release. You know, I don't know, joined several communities, fan sites, and whatnot to get anything, and then when it, like, you know, pre-release, I don't know, 2 weeks pre-beta or whatever they called it back then, to before the actual release, I started like playing every day, and then when it released, I started like the same class and everything from new, because I had so much fun. I was like, sure, coming from, I don't know, Baldur's Gate and other RPGs I knew back then, I know myself, and when I play one class for about a period of time, then I get like bored and try something else. And this was just so good. I had to like, okay, this makes so much fun. You know, I do all the stuff again. And this was like, you know, this world they created. This was a fascination never reached again. Let's say that. I mean, a lot of developers tried. and this kind of magic. So when I had the chance back then, I mean, today I honestly would not to be too interested, but back then this would be probably an awesome experience to see how this all comes together, all these different aspects, and of course the servers and the multiplayer aspect of it. That's what I imagine is very exciting.
Cool. I mean, obviously it seems like you've been a big Nintendo fan. Would that be something kind of you'd like to look at, how they kind of work, for example, as a company studio?
Yeah, absolutely. That's I mean, if I had to pick another one, that would probably be maybe any Nintendo title. I mean, of course, Breath of the Wild would be exciting, but again, like with World of Warcraft, what was it back in the day?
Yeah.
Like, how did they work then? Yeah, and how do they work today? I mean, there's only so many documentaries out there and behind-the-scenes stuff, and at the end, a documentary or whatever is still something different to work actually there and live there day to day. So this is kind of still for me like not directly a black box, but in a kind of way, how the processes are, how the hierarchies work, which or who does what, who decides what. That just would be out of curiosity.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I think even though I've worked in many different industries, every company is different. So I can imagine even in the game development world, that would be very similar a thing that would happen. Just before we end, is there anything you'd like to say to our players, the community, the viewers of this, from your point of view?
Yeah, thanks. Foremost, that's like the biggest thing, because all I said, I mean, it's maybe it comes between the lines that I'm very grateful to be here at Rockfish and in the industry, and it wouldn't be possible without our community. So that's the greatest thing. And another is seeing not the world as a big thing, but the gaming industry and the communities out there from other games, other developers. I think we can call ourselves quite lucky, have like a lot of very nice people, engaged people. So yeah, that's the fuel we love to keep on working. So
absolutely, yeah, we do, and we do this. Mention this. We have a passion for this, and without you boys and girls out there buying our games and interacting with us, we wouldn't be able to do it. And it sounds very cliche, but it's very, very true. We do love what we do, and we'll keep on doing that as long as you love what we produce. So anyway, thank you, Thorben, for joining us for this interview. Myself and obviously everybody's watching, I really appreciate you taking time out of your day and your busy schedule, because you're so multifaceted and having to do so many things, just to have a little chat with us and let us peek behind the curtain of game development, as we have with some of the other developers. We're going to do more of these in the future. We've got some more lined up. Yes, not everybody in the team has run away and said, no, not doing that. We've got some more lined up, and hopefully we'll have some of those in the near future. But with that, I'll say thank you to Thorben, and I'll hand you back over to myself. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
There we go. How cool was that? Wonderful chat with Thorben, and I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I did when we recorded it. I did see some questions that went through the chat. I didn't want to kind of interject and voice over on top of the interview, but I know one of the questions was about having the devs come onto the live stream on an evening. There's a couple of logistical problems with that. Purely because it eats into their free time specifically. And, we kind of do a snapshot during their day where we can fit some time in, and literally we like, okay, you've got some free time. Yeah, let's do it. So sometimes it's a little difficult, and we definitely don't want to impinge on their free time. So when they clock off on a Friday evening after their day at work, then, it's nice that they just have that free time. So whether we get them on live would be very, very difficult. And so doing the pre-records also does help us do sometimes editing. That video that I recorded with Thorben, and it was a lovely conversation, was actually a little bit longer, but we just had to trim some bits here and there. And it does allow us as well, if anything kind of slips out that maybe shouldn't slip out because people aren't used to being on camera, for example, then we do have that second chance to go, whoops, we need to cut that out. So, yeah, very, very difficult. Asking about the questions and stuff, yeah, we'll be open to that. I think that's probably a good idea. I'm sure myself and Lee will discuss this in the future about how we can kind of incorporate specific questions to the developers and how it is. So, yeah, we'll definitely look at that in the near future. And, yeah, maybe we can... get some very specific questions. Obviously, we'd have to kind of moderate them and see whether they can be apt to to talk about things. Florrie's asking over on Twitch, what did slip out? I want to see the outtakes. They are on the cutting room floor, and that's where they're staying. No, to be fair, a lot of the time it doesn't. The devs are very, very aware of what they can say and what they can't say. But just in case of any kind of oops, you know, we don't want to do it. Now, if we do get Michael on, who has volunteered to come on for an interview regarding being the CEO of the company, we may be able to do that one live because sometimes he is here on an evening. We'd have to find out on that one because that would be very, very interesting and cool to dive into. But again, we've just got to be mindful of their free time. So, yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. As I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So, on the floor in Hamburg. Now, it's definitely... I did the editing on that video. So, yeah, it's definitely on my cutting room floor. But glad you enjoyed it anyway. So, here we are. It's the time to put it to the test. Some of you boys and girls did know a little while ago that I was trying to get... through this monumental task of flying a bomber through Scrapyard Race with no inertia dampeners. And the last time I got so close, but failed miserably. And I've been practicing. I've had a few practice sessions this week just to try and do it. And ironically, the first time I tried, I did it. It just went boop, and I did it first time. After that, not so good. But I then tried again, and I did it about 3 times today within the time limit. Although a couple of runs were disrupted by elite G&Bs who thought it was funny just to jump in and start hitting me when I'm trying to navigate the course, so they kind of put me off. I'm not making excuses because if they do jump in, then boop. Oh, first person. Oh, yeah, I forgot about first person. That might be a struggle. Was it first person? Are you sure it was first person? I don't remember it being first person. I just can't remember. Oh, if it was first person, I've been practicing in third person, so this could be painful. Anyway, right, let me get we are loaded up here anyway, and we shall see. So, did I really do first person? Is that game sound really? Oh no, it is. Okay, it was just really, really quiet. Yes. Everybody's like, yes, yes, it was. Yes, it was. So anyway, let's try this. Damn, I've been practicing in third person. I wonder if okay, we do it. Yeah. Okay, we'll try it anyway. So I'm just going to start the race. I am then going to turn off my inertia dampeners, as you can see up there, and it's going to say inertia dampeners off. Let's see. Whoops.
What a great start.
It's a great start. I love it.
If he can keep this up, he will win for certain.
Apparently, I will win. Come on. There we go. Come on. I don't remember doing it in first person. I think this is what's going to throw me off. Or this is the excuse I'm coming for.
I detect some redeemer signatures.
Oh, really? Just when I'm doing good, the redeemers think they're going to spoil things, do they? So, I mean, like... You've offended my wisdom of doing this challenge.
I have a sad feeling that once upon a time you were quite a normal and sane person.
Apparently. Come on, round. No. Down. Oh, we missed that one. We missed that gate, did we? Yeah, we missed the gate. It's very difficult when you've got Redeemers shooting at you to try and concentrate because you're thinking, I'm going to run out of time now, aren't I? I've got enough time. Oh, for God's sake. Right, we're going to burn that one off. Let's restart. Do you know, I tried this 2 or 3 times to... Really? Let me just deal with these. With Inertia dampeners on. Right, go away. Just leave me alone. I'm trying to do some entertainment here. Do you not appreciate that this is hard work? Right. Let's try again, shall we? Hopefully with no disturbances. Yes, right. There we go. Okay. Take 2. Inertia dampeners off. Right. If they turn up again, I'm going to be very upset.
Straight out of the gate like a wild dog.
Kind of thrown me off the first person viewpoint. It really has. I'm like, I didn't practice in this. I thought it was only third person. But there we go. There we go. And it's always the second part of the course that always throws me off, ever so slightly. Ooh, doing that doesn't help. Stop hitting things. Come on. Up we go. Right, can we get this turn? This turn is important. Come on, that way. Thank you. Thank you. Come on. I will not stick my tongue out in concentration. I will not stick my tongue out in concentration. I'm getting dry mouth. A very dry mouth. Come on. Come on. We've got about 34 seconds to do this. Come on. Now, the Redeemers have left me alone this time, which I think is good. It's handy. Come on. Come on. Boink. Oh, nope. Nope. Come on. Come on. Come on. We got this. Don't panic. Don't panic. We got this. We got this. Come on. I'm going to give myself a round of applause.
I'll get it next time.
About blooming time. Damn it. I just needed to practice. But first person, yeah, I'd done it in third person, but I just hadn't been able to do it in first person. Oh dear, but I managed to get bronze. Yeah. And I think as well, I did notice if I can get through the first sector, now for platinum, I could get through the first half of it, and I had like maybe 40 seconds left, then I knew I was okay. It's just that second sector. Oh, I hate the second half of that race. I need to have a word. I think, I don't actually know if it was Thorben that actually implemented these races. I need to have a word. Now, to be fair, I could do the races with normal, you know, inertia dampeners on and in third person. That would be a lot easier. But that was quite horrifically hard, and I didn't really enjoy that. And I actually thought I'd do it. I didn't do it as sorry, I did it quicker than I expected. I was expecting about 4 or 5 goes. I didn't honestly think I'd get it on the second go. But then Redeemers, they kept jumping in on me earlier on my test as well, and also the Elite G&B, and I was like, you are not helping here at all. At all. What I want to know is, have you guys actually tried this? Have you know, done the deed of flying through a racetrack with your inertia dampeners off in a bomber with first person? Have you tried it? It's actually see, a bearded frog's like, hey, yeah, well done. Oh, but you did the easiest one. To be fair, I probably did. But yeah, speaking of these challenges, by the way, and it was something that I did promise I'd come back to. If you do have any reasonable ones that you'd like me to attempt, then please do put them in the Discord and let me know, because I will definitely look at the feasibility of doing them and see if we can actually do them. And isn't that a wonderful screenshot? I mean, come on. How can you not like that? Let me just go there. I mean, look at that. Look at that structure. I feel like I'm spoiling it by being in the way. I really do. I think it's a wonderful screenshot. Now, that's a hell of a segue into the next thing that we're going to look at, and that is the screenshots that you boys and girls have been producing over the last couple of weeks, and there's been some absolute doozies. So let's just do. Let me just go back to you. Let's just pause that. I don't need to save it. Just give me a couple of minutes while we get these things set up, and then I shall be back. Don't go nowhere. While I'm doing some tinkering, don't forget to follow us on all these wonderful things: Discord, TikTok, Facebook, X, YouTube, LinkedIn. If you're into the business type, do check us out on there as well. All the wonderful places where we were discussing things. Even on Blue Sky, we're now over there. If you want to check us out there, we're over on Blue Sky, which is a new social media platform that's up and coming. We do employ you to go check things out there as well, because it's very, very nice. Very, very nice. All right, let me just get rid of that. Let's just bring that in. Let's do that. And then, yeah, let's look at some screenshots. There we go. Here we are. Here we are. Well, let me just drag that out of the way, because I don't want that there. I just don't need that anymore. Right. Time to find out the winning DMZ lottery numbers. Yeah, if you don't never noticed, down there at the bottom we do have some information that scrolls through, and then we have the DMZ news, including the winning lottery numbers if you are in the future. But right, anyway, first off, we have a wonderful shot from Discord. This is Hair Kex, and they managed to. Well, if you don't know what this wonderful disco fantasticness is, then have you ever played the game? I mean, it's a wonderful shot, and funnily enough, all these screenshots did have the devs saying, look, we need to kind of collect a kind of best of the best, and it's getting tougher for them to choose. Honestly, I have to choose 10 every week, and then I put it to the team for the best shots that I kind of find in the last 2 weeks. From any social media, wherever it is, whether it's Steam, whether it's Discord, whether it's Twitter, we're getting them on Blue Sky, as I've said. It's very, very difficult for me to narrow them down, and then they have to narrow them down even further and choose the best that they're like. But this one, it's a web of destruction, as we know, and it was a lovely screenshot. Bit of corrosion going on there, but that poor freighter in there is going in for a bit of pain, I think. I wouldn't want to be that one. But yeah, that was Herkex over on the Discord. Next up, we have this a beauty from Open SCR Dev, and this one came from Reddit. So I do scour everywhere. So if you put them on the Discord, if you put them on Reddit, if you put them on the social media, wherever it is, even Lee, because he does a lot of the social media, he looks out for wonderful screenshots as well. So do take a good interest on all the platforms, because I'll be scouring them as well as the rest of the team. And if there's any suggestions for wonderful screenshots, we will be pointing them out to the team to have a look at. But yeah, this one's from Reddit from Open SCR Dev. Now, initially, I was so focused on the Sentinel, I didn't actually realize that it wasn't that ship or his ship that was actually doing the jump. You can see the Yokar Corvette underneath. And then I realized that that's the ship that's actually jumping out, not his. Yeah, it's... Yeah. Bearded Frog, when I saw that you put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I thought that is quite close, to be fair, to the numbers. But yeah, the winning lottery numbers will be coming through for anyway. I kind of I was a little bit naughty with that one, because everything was like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and everybody was expecting 12, but no, unfortunately it was 13. Oh dear. But next up, we have one from Discord. Let me just double click into that one so we can get to see it a little bit better. This one is from Adam GD, one of our very regular screenshot people. Galactic, well, not Galactic photographer, because we only dish those out to the exceptional shots, if you've noticed. But they do take some wonderful screenshots. and they do share them. So check out our screenshot channel on Discord. Wonderful lighting. The ship just perfectly positioned. Well, nearly perfectly. Remember, I try. It's kind of an OCD with me. I can just see that it's slightly off center, but you know, hey, it's difficult to do. I appreciate it's difficult to do. So yeah, the Fibonacci sequence, definitely. But I do like the lighting and the textures that the team put into these screenshots. I do think they're fantastic, and you know, we always try to improve them the best we can. It's just a shame actually. Sometimes the pictures that we grab, we lose a bit of fidelity because they might be compressed from wherever we get them. You know, some social media sometimes compress them. So I may actually reach out to some of the people and say, hey, do you have the original, so I can really show it off as high quality as possible, because we do like to see the really good shots in the highest definition. Next up, another one's from social media, which this time over on Twitter, or X as it's kind of called these days, and this was from Mindjacker, and I like this one because it really stood out because of the power of the star there, but then somebody's plunked their striker right in the middle of it, in the way, and you can see he's sat there creating the rays through the wings, and the different coloration, like you wouldn't believe the spectrum of colors that are available. You can see the purples, the blacks, the browns, the reds, and then you've got the green kind of corona around the star there in the middle, and they're always interesting. And I think sometimes when you're just playing through the game naturally, you might see a situation that you've flown into, or a scene, and you just think, that looks so good, I need to remember that and come back. And I think a lot of people do that. They just realize, or just on the spur of the moment, they just go, wow, that looked really cool. Yeah, Bearded Frog. Here's Michael just sneaking in. Welcome. So those of you who don't know, Michael is the CEO of the company, and he likes to drop in and say hello to all you fine pilots that follow us, well, whatever we're doing. But yeah, this is a wonderful shot. Definitely Thor of Asgard over on YouTube has just said, and yeah, definitely concur on that one. Well positioned and well created. That's what we always like to see. Next up is a classic. I think this is an absolute classic. I really do like this one, and this one's from Steam. Sorry, it is from Steam, but this is Gordon ADGF, and their take on this wonderful background, and then I think they just so accentuate it with the ship down here. It's complete contrasting with the blue, really stands out. Obviously we kind of got the almost like corrosion and destruction and whatever gas elements have come from the breakdown of this ship that are kind of just seemingly encircling this planet, yet it is just from the ship and the destruction there. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed this one just because of the contrasting, and yeah, well done to Gordon over on Steam. Oh, Michael's definitely there. Bearded Frog, there we go. But yeah, he's jumping around. Yeah, everybody wants to see Michael when he comes in. So yeah, well done on that shot. Next up, another very obviously we've just been there with the wonderful background of the scrapyard. You can even see in the far corner part of the abandoned gate there, but you can see the sun and the star in the distance. A great shot, and this one again comes from Steam, from Fragsite. Interesting name. I was trying to pronounce it. PHRAGCYTE. A wonderful shot, and the team really liked this one, but there was even better ones that they liked more. And to be fair, again, nice Sentinel, just bursting with speed there with the nice bubble in front of the ship, which I think is a nice effect. I do like that effect, and I hope you do too. Bearded Frog, we get some premium Michael selects again someday. We'll definitely. Like I said, we've got a lot to fit in. especially with the interviews and everything else. So, but yeah, getting the whole dev team involved now, and they do all get involved for the screenshots is very, very cool, because it just means they take a little bit of the time out of the day to appreciate the work and the creations that the viewers and the players have created for us. So yeah, fair play to them for taking the time. But that was another shot from Steam. Now, switching back, we're getting close. We're getting close. This one, you may have seen if you're on our Discord. And this is another shot from Adam GD. Again, they produce some wonderful shots, and it's so difficult. So difficult to pick their best. Everything's so subjective as well, let's be fair. What one person thinks is, a great screenshot, some people might go, meh. But generally the team thought this was one of the best this week. One of the best, anyway. We're very close to the top, but fair play to Adam. He's making some good stylish shots every week, and we hope you guys and girls can create some as well, just to compete with them. Let's up the ante. Let's see what you can bring. We may even possibly try some themed ones again, just to see if anybody can kind of hone in on what we would be suggesting. That would be quite cool. We did have some fun with them earlier in the year and last year, so keep your eyes peeled for that as well. And then third place, technically, in the list is this one from Rolling to the Grave, which I believe is Sorry's username on Reddit, if I remember correctly. And this one is a great shot, and I'm sure if they're still with us, they'll be able to tell us a little bit about how they plan the shot, etc. But we've got the jellyfish, we've got the sun with the bright star in the middle, and their forward shield. I don't know if they've just got the front shield on just to whack the jellyfish, to be fair, but a little bit of extra protection. That's definitely for sure, as they're flying through there. And another great shot, which was chosen third. Now you're thinking, hang on, this is a good shot. Who's going to beat it? Well, that was Rolling to the Grave from Reddit. Just for making sure on that. This was second place, and this comes from Vortex Lash on Steam. And I thought this would be the one that would win, to be fair. I really did. I'll just zoom out to the proper size of it, because it's not 16:9. But the bomber there is pounding away onto that beacon, and I thought this one would win, to be fair. But hey, I don't get to vote in these. I just provide the shots, and the team voted this one as second. But I do like it. If you've taken on the incursions, then you'll know this moment when you're absolutely hammering away to the shields are down and they're vulnerable, and it's just about to explode and crack and be destroyed. It's such a good feeling, and then you get to see what it reveals if it's the last one. Now, this, like I said, it was in second place. It wasn't even the winner. And that one goes to somebody from Twitter, from X, which I picked up, I think, earlier this week, and I'd seen it. And this one's from Jazara over on Twitter, and it is this shot right here. And I think that, to be fair, if it was going to be anything that would beat the previous shot from Vortex Lash, it was going to be this one. The engines swooping from the Outlaw there. It's so iconic, and as Magic and Sparkle just put there, very striking indeed. The Dreadnaught, the Minakawa in the background, and the Dreadnaught there, the Outlaw Scout just swooping around with its trails behind it. It was always going to be very, very difficult, and fair play to them for creating such a wonderful screenshot. And I think there's the challenge. I really do. I think there's the challenge. Can you create something as striking and as wonderful as this screenshot? So I kind of throwing down the gauntlet to you all there. to really bring your A game to the screenshots. So usually what happens, just so you're all aware, is on the Monday before the stream, so like the Monday that's just gone, I will pick out across all the different social medias and all the different places that we have, the Steam forums, you know, on the screenshots on there, Discord, social media. I will go through there on a Monday before the stream and pick out the ones that I want the team to take a look at and narrow down to their favorites. So if you have any, get them in the Monday before the stream, and then you may have a chance of being featured. So but yeah, fair play there to Jazara over on Twitter for creating a wonderful shop. Now they do other virtual photography as well, so they're very practiced at the art, so you've got some competition there, boys and girls. This is why we need Nyan Cat engine trails. I thought somebody might mention that, to be fair, but yeah, very great shot, very great shot. So while we get just close to the end of the stream, a couple of things that I kind of just want to talk through, just so that you boys and girls are kind of up to speed with everything, as I just bring my notes swooping across the screen there. A couple of sales are going on at the moment, which I think you obviously want to know about. Maybe you're new to the game, you've maybe been trying the demo, maybe you've got it on one platform, but you think, hey, I'd like to buy another one. Currently, EVERSPACE 2 is 60% off. Yes, 60% off. You didn't hear that wrong, over on PlayStation. So if you want to try that out, so if you've got a PlayStation 5, perfect time for you to dive in on there. Humble Bundle also has got a wonderful Humble Bundle for Robots Mechs Machine Sale, and that's again 60% off. That's for PC, so if you want it on there, you can grab it there. Also, you can obviously give some cash to charity through there, and that's what they do, a wonderful thing. I've also got something to ask of you boys and girls, if you can. Obviously, you know that every other stream now, we're going to be featuring another fellow indie developer, just to help them push through the noise that is the gaming world, and how difficult it is, especially for indie devs to be seen. You know, we've been in this situation for many years, and we still find it difficult, especially when the big boys are spending so much on marketing. But what I'd ask you to do is that if you haven't already, it'd be thoroughly appreciated if you could leave us a review for EVERSPACE 2. If you already have, that's perfectly fine. But what we would like you to do is go find an indie dev whose game you've played, and if you can, leave them a review on Steam. It could be one that you've maybe played years ago, one that you've maybe played recently. Just go give them a review. If it was a game you enjoyed, reviews really do help push through that noise. I know we keep saying that, but it is getting more and more congested, and it just gives everybody a nice little boost and a little leg up, and said, hey, look at me, you can see me. And positive reviews are one of the best ways to do that. So if you're on Steam, or even any of the other storefronts, if you've played an indie game that you've never left a review for, please do take just 5 minutes out of your day if you can, and then take a look and leave a review, because we'd appreciate it immensely, and I'm sure others will too. So next time, which is going to be in 2 weeks' time, which is going to be the 22nd of November when we have our next stream, we're going to be looking at obviously more EVERSPACE, as I carry on through the Belgrade, trying not to die in my hard playthrough. But we're also going to be looking at another fellow indie dev, which hasn't been decided just yet. We need to look at that as well, and we're going to be working on more Rockfish Games dev interviews. Again, as we said, if you have any questions that or people that you'd like to specifically interview, maybe we could arrange that. But again, not everybody's wanting to do them. We do respect that as well, because it takes time out of their busy schedules. And on an evening, a Friday evening here in the UK and in Germany, we don't want to impinge on anybody's family time. We're very, very mindful of that. Family, we are a family, and family comes first as well. So, but yeah, do send us some questions. We can see if we can collate some for the other interviews as well. And I know, as I've said, Michael is willing to hop on for an interview as well, which will be really, really cool. So we'll be looking forward to that when we get around to it. But I am going to leave you there. I'm going to leave you with this wonderful screenshot that's won our Rockfish Games Dev Top Pick for this time around, and I hope you can attempt to beat it in the near future. But I've been Gary, your host. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you come back for more. Join us on the Discord. Join us on the... Oh, quick question there. Just come in. A PS5 Pro patch. We may have some details in the future. We'll have to talk about that in a little while to see where we are around there. Obviously, it's just come out as the PS5 Pro yesterday, and that's going to have a performance uplift, which obviously will be a nice thing for us to tap into. So yeah, hopefully I have more details in the future, but we shall let you know. But yeah, Excelsior, we'll get around to it. No worries about doing channels, creating channels for interviews and stuff like that. It's things that we need to kind of smooth out and iron out, and then we can create something like that. But we shall discuss more in the near future, and thank you very much for joining us as always. I'm going to bid you adieu, and we shall see you in the next one. Take care, folks. Be good. We'll see you again very, very soon. And I need to find the right button. Toodles.